I was born in St. Elizabeth, Jamaica in 1940. My mother migrated to work in London in 1951, and I grew up in Kingston, Jamaica, under the care of my 8 aunts who insisted I attended their church every Sunday. As a child, I enjoyed football and cricket, and was chosen to play cricket against the local private schools in Kingston. When I was 14, in 1955, I travelled on my own to England to join my mother. I arrived at the Liverpool docks and took a train to Paddington, London, to meet my mother. She wanted me to start work. However, the school leaving age was 15 at that time, so I had to attend school. At a local comprehensive school, I was given a customary IQ test relating to normal English situations, and because the questions meant nothing to me, and with my Jamaica upbringing, I was classified as ESN, educationally subnormal. However, I was admitted by Shelburne Road Secondary Modern School. Fortunately, the headmaster said I had to stay for the summer term, during which time I played cricket. Cricket opened an educational door for me later in 1955, when I was then the only boy ever to be chosen from a secondary modern school to play for the London schoolboys cricket team. I was transferred to the local Highbury County Grammar School, and I was placed in the educationally slow stream. Despite this, I left school 3 years later with 6 O levels and 2 A levels. It was in the late 1950s that my interest in community relations started, and it has never stopped. In 1958, I assisted my mother in an eviction case against our landlord by using the local library to research our legal position. I was always interested in research, and I have spent a majority of my lifetime studying and researching. My first employment position was as a junior laboratory technician at Queen Elizabeth's College, London, working for Professor Gart Chapman, who assisted me to improve my A levels and to get a place at Leicester University in 1961, where I completed an honours degree in botany. Professor Chapman helped me because no university offered me a place. When I returned to London in 1964, the only employment position open to me was as a potato peeler. This did not dampen my enthusiasm for education, and I applied for a joint PhD in grain science and technology at Heriot-Watt College and Edinburgh University. I started my doctorate in 1965 and completed it in 1967. In 1968, I began my research work at the Brewing Research Foundation in Surrey as a grain scientist, specializing in the science and technology of barley. In 1977, I left my position as a senior scientist in Surrey and returned to Scotland to work as a lecturer at the Heriot-Watt University. My grain research has related principally to understanding the structure and function of barley, to improving the malting performance of barley for use in the manufacture of beer, whiskey, bread, and biscuits. In 1985, I gained my Doctor of Science research degree, and I was elected a professor in 1989. Throughout my career, I have contributed to over 100 scientific papers. My first journal article was printed in 1966. My second publication was in Nature, a journal which only accepts innovative research ideas. Between 1968 and 1970, I invented the barley abrasion process, which accelerated the production of malted barley in industry. While working as a grain specialist, I also had dedicated my time to improving community relations since 1969. I wrote 4 major articles for the Times Educational Supplement between 1969 and 1972 that suggested a cultural history framework that was essential to increase the educational performance of ethnic minority children in British schools. I continue to write and speak on community relations issues and remain active in community work. I have received many awards and international recognition for my work as a grain scientist. In 1998, I was conferred with the American Society of Brewing Chemists Award for distinction in research and good citizenship in science. I was the first scientist in Europe to receive this award and only the fourth person to ever receive it. In 2003, I was awarded an OBE for my contribution to grain science. This was followed with the Black Enterprise United Kingdom Award in 2004 and a knighthood in 2014 for my services to human rights, science and charity. In 2020, as the first Honourable Consul for Jamaica in Scotland, I was made a CD, Commander of Distinction, by the Jamaica government. I retired in 2005 after 41 years at the Heriot-Watt University, and in April 2021 I was named as Chancellor of Heriot-Watt University, where I remain Professor Emeritus in the School of Life Sciences. I've been a member of the Edinburgh and Lothian Regional Equality Council for over 20 years, where I am currently serving as President, and I daily continue my work as a human rights activist, assisting a justice group in West Lothian in Scotland.